Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another video. This time is of the Mezco 112 cable. This is the normal release. So let's get started. We've waited a long time. It was delayed time and time again, and now we have it in hand, and a bunch of you want to see what's going down with cable. So let's get started. Let's take a look at the cable, see how it is, see how everybody looks at that nice first look so you can see what he's looking like. And you have to excuse my background. I just had it left over from the Storm Collectibles review. So as we see, turn this guy around, take a nice look front and back. All right, and I should have charged my rotating base, but that's my own fault. I didn't do that. But as you can see, the more I get closer with this guy, the more I'm like, wow, they did a great job of just capturing that armoresque while pretty much modernizing it to their own Mezco-like skill. So let's jump into the articulation part. Now, cable can look up, cable can't look down. He can look left and look right, and that is because his neck peg is different, much like Cyclops is a little different, although it doesn't go all the way in the chest. So you'll actually be able to have some sort of ab crunch and ab wiggle, but his crunch isn't forward because you have this armor in the way, but you can move backwards. And as you can see, there is a soft body under there. That soft body will allow you to move around. You can wiggle left and wiggle right, so you get a nice bit of range of movement. What's really cool also is that for the shoulder pads, they are attached to the shoulder armor. So you can actually wiggle this shoulder armor out. If I could just get it to do it on camera, which always annoys me. I could do things off camera, but never on. And as you can see, I'm going to wiggle it out. So that way, voila. Now with that being done, what you see here is you can actually move these armor pads around to allow you to get a better range of motion for your arms. So let's say you want to move the arm forward. Now that shoulder pad won't be in the way like it would here. It'll look better flush as you do it here. But what happens is on this side now you have a better range of movement to go up, rotate, move it around. And it's something that's not going to be shown in the instructions. So I just want to make sure I point that out to you guys. You can also wiggle it up and down a little bit. So just keep that kind of stuff in mind. And you can push it right back in place with no problem. As far as the arms go, as you saw, I was able to lift it up with no problem. There is a bicep swivel as well. And the arm normally, even with the shoulder pad, can get a better range once you pull it out to go all the way through and around. The arm is double jointed. On this side, his wrist gauntlet is going to get in the way of a bit of that movement. And his techno-organic arm has a better range, slightly, by being able to just move around because there's nothing to hinder it whatsoever, right? Let's put that back down. Let's move my phone out of the way as I record on my other phone. So you saw the upper torso articulation. As far as the legs go, you get your standard thigh swivel. Your leg can come all the way forward, even with all the pouches, Rob Liefeld style. You get a boot swivel. Legs are double jointed. And because of the way the boot design is with this futuristic armor, you won't get at that really good ankle pivot that we've been kind of, pampered to with most articulation on most things. And the boot can slightly move forward and backwards. But so you're actually going to lose a bit of that articulation in this figure on the foot, but because it is wider and sturdier, you'll get a better feel for your cable in terms of balancing them out. So when you want to do certain running poses and things like that, the foot being wider allows you to get definitely a better look on him. And as you can see here, he holds up just fine. That bigger boot just gives you that better range. Now if I clean up this arm, rotate this, you can make a comic book cover real fast. Cable running into something, cable doing the cable thing. It's an overall, it's a standard good figure so far. Now, we're gonna get this guy posed up. We're gonna talk about some stuff. Because already some of the accessories are already on here that I've kind of just put on because they looked good. Is that you actually have a storage and removable part for his pistol. I'm gonna put that down. And a weapon storage for his knife. While some people like to cut corners and do the swapping, Mezco likes to make sure you can store things. So that's one good thing about that they aim to try to do. Now, the one drawback is that head not being able to look down is because with the armor and storage, what it is, they've had this light up feature. I've already placed the batteries inside, and the figure does come with the batteries. But underneath, right, you're going to get, just like Cyclops, this shine through for the head. And as you can see, it kind of left the neck peg with no real range of movement. Mine is very stiff, he can't move. It is placed down into that torso that kind of relies on this backpack. Now, I'm going to show you the light up feature right now. So let's stand this guy up, or make him look a little bit cooler, right? So we get ready to do the light up feature. Now, voila, the light up feature is on and it looks very good. As you can see, it shines very brightly. Now, one of the comments that I've got on my like page and my Instagram were that you can see through the flesh. And the only reason why you're able to see through the flesh is because when there's no other light source, what happens is that you can see where the neck lights up at, right? So if you rely on dark shots or anything like that, what happens is you'll see the light flashing through the neck. You also get a nice little shine of light here on the backside as well. So kind of keep that in mind. But let's say if you have like a halfway light, as you can see here, the light flashing through the neck is not a big issue. So for those of you that were worried, you don't have to be worried anymore. It's not that big of an issue. If you studied light, you don't have a problem. If you've never studied light or don't know anything about that, then hopefully this will keep you calm. You don't have anything to worry about. Even in normal light, the only thing that does not look crazy bright is going to be that eye that does not shine as bright as the others because the light is not as big, but it's there as well. So never fear. The light is a good feature and it's strong, and it only hinders the neck articulation and not opposed to the entire upper torso. So that's pretty good. Now we're going to rotate this around, keep that leg position. Voila. You've already seen the handgun, his pistol. There's no rule magazine. It's a futuristic weapon, and his bayonet knife, really nice. Or a hunter's knife, depending on what kind of future you're in. We have Cable's grenade launcher, which is really nice. It does have a movable carousel. The issue is that trying to get to it is a little tough. So what I do is, you can see that it moves. So I just got some tweezers to show you that the carousel does move. Takes no magazines, but can shoot probably grenades, right? We have the plasma cannon, which does not light up. It's a shame it doesn't. I wish it did, but there is no light up feature on the plasma cannon. But light can shine through it. So if you have something that you want to put through it or a laser pointer through it, you won't have any sort of problem. Here is the magazine for it. I almost missed this and forgot all about it. So you can actually store the magazine in the side for his plasma cannon when you want to reload through and through in between. Voila. You also get one extra magazine, right? As far as hands go, what you're going to get is the open palm hands. See, techno-organic hand, armored hand, no problem. Then you have the knife holding hand or double jointed hand or double weapon so holding hand if you want to hold that up the extra grip on the plasma cannon, right? Or dual wield weapons or whatever you want to do. And they do give you 2 trigger hands for if you want to dual wield or whatever it is you want to do. And that is your standard look at Cable for what you get so far. Oh, sorry, that's not true. Totally forgot about the extra head. Now, this head is his angry head that you'll get. This is his kind of, I'm a focused old man head. It's pretty nice. Really like the scar over the eye and the look that they give you. Really, really like it. Off camera, the face and as far as the mouth go, doesn't look as good, but on camera it looks pretty well. So I'm hoping that it photographs really well when I take these photos. It does look very good in camera. Now I'm going to stand Cable up, and what I'm going to do is do some comparisons with some other lines as well as fellow Mezco stuff. You guys can see how you feel about it. Also on the arm, the gauntlet, mine does move. It's a little tight, but your gauntlet can move as well, so that's rotatable as well. So you got to keep that in mind. You get your standard wrist articulation as well. Now we're going to stand Cable up as much as possible. First thing that we're going to do is fix that focus because I messed up on that. Then we're going to compare him to his Marvel Legends counterpart that I have. So here he is next to Cable, the 90s version. Here he goes to the Avengers vs. X-Men Prelude Extinction. And as you can see, Cable is a lot bigger in Marvel Legends format, smaller and toned down, and the Mezco stuff. As Cable is supposed to be this big guy. I believe Cable's like 6'3" in the comics. But he's always drawn to be like 7 feet tall with all the armor and stuff that he has on. So you never really know how big Cable is. Always smaller than Colossus, but bigger than everybody else. So you know he's somewhere in between. It all depends on who's drawing him, right? Now here he is next to some Mezco stuff. So here we go. Here he is next to his dear old dad, which is Cyclops. And then we have a Mezco Wolverine. So as you can see, bigger than most people, but smaller than some. I think him being around the same size as Cyclops is okay. I don't mind him being around that size. And I'm testing out my new camera, so you'll have to just bear with me. I'm kind of all over the place. This is definitely new recording. And here he is next to his best friend, Deadpool. And if you see with Wolverine, they don't look too bad, right? So that's with some Mezco stuff. Now we're going to compare it with some other lines and see how you guys feel about it. Here he is next to a Marvel Legends Deathlock. Here he would be next to a Marvel Legends Cyclops. In case you want to mix and match your scales and see what's going on, right? So if you want Cable to be that bigger guy, to have like a bigger look like Deathlock, he would work well with your Marvel Legends. Not too big, but also not too small, right? Here he is with a Marvel Legends Wolverine. Here he is with a Mythic Legions Brother Mandibles. So with Mythic Legions, I think he fits in pretty well. Marvel Legends Wolverine works well with everyone because he's so tiny, as he should be. If you have a Mafex Deadpool and want him to go well with your Cable, I think these two work very well. It's not too much taller, but also not much smaller. We have an SH Figuarts Kamen Rider Cougar. Those of you who wanted to know about the Storm Collectible size, here he is with Marcus Phoenix from Storm Collectibles. And as you can see, even with the Gears-like armor, he is way too tiny for those guys, right? I think I've covered just about everything with the exception of an Articulated Icon Ninja, which I do not have out, but they are around the same scale, and a 1000 Toy Synthetic Human. Don't have them out right now. But as you know, they're around the same size as an SHF Kamen Rider Cougar, and you know what you're getting into with that. I really enjoy this piece. The light up feature is very nice. The little hidden shoulder pad feature was dope as well. I know some of you want your Cable to be big or you want ab crunch, so this will turn you off to the figure, and that's totally fine. It's your preference. But if you want a cool, dope Cable that's kind of different and also has light up feature, this may be for you. If you're a Mezco guy, you want your Mezco stuff, this may also be for you. Also, as an X-Men fan, I think it works pretty well to have a different color scheme of just the nice light blues mixing with the browns. That you get a bit of nostalgia, but also modernized as well, so it could work out for you. But if you don't like it, that's totally fine too. There are other options. In the meantime, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Hope you found it informative. And as always, be good, do good. Drink your water, guys. Later.